What is on Putin's mind? We had asked this question last night too. It is a question that the world has been asking for months. The events in the last 24 hours have made the question more relevant than it ever was. Because after bombing 10 Ukrainian cities, Moscow is saying it is open to talks. A statement from the Kremlin has caused quite a stir. Putin's spokesperson says Russia is ready to negotiate. Is that a serious offer? Or is it instead a smokescreen to escalate this conflict? What can Russia do next in Ukraine? This is our cover story. First, let's talk about that statement. The Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov has given an interview. It was to a Russian newspaper. It was about the invasion of Ukraine. Let's tell you what he said. About the prospect for talks, I quote, "The direction has not changed. The special military operation continues. It continues in order for us to achieve our goals. However, we have repeatedly reiterated that we remain open to negotiations to achieve our objectives." Does that sound familiar to you? Vladimir Putin had said something on similar lines last month. Let me remind you, this was when he had annexed 4 Ukrainian territories. Listen in.
We call on the Kiev regime to cease firing and stop all military activities immediately, including the war it launched in 2014, and to come back to the negotiating table. We are ready to do this, as has been said on many occasions. But the choice of the people in Donetsk, Luhansk, Zaporizhia and Kherson areas is not up for discussion. It has been made.
Come back to the negotiating table. That was Putin's message. And now the Kremlin has made yet another appeal for talks. Well, the plan is a non-starter. Ukraine's position on this proposal is quite clear. They will not engage with Vladimir Putin under any circumstances.
He does not know what dignity and honesty are. Therefore, we are ready for a dialogue with Russia, but with another president of Russia.
So why then does Moscow keep bringing this up again and again? Earlier this week, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov had said the same thing, that Russia is open for talks. Well, Washington, for one, isn't convinced about the proposals from Moscow. Listen in.
If the Russians want to signal that they're serious about dialogue and diplomacy, perhaps, and again, without being prescriptive, but perhaps a good first step would be to stop the kind of brutal assault followed by what appear to be nothing more than empty words.
Empty words. That's how America defines this. Putin responded to that statement today. He said there is no need to hold talks with the United States. The absence of a dialogue means only one thing: more escalation. A major face-off is now brewing between Russia and the West. Both Moscow and NATO are getting ready to hold nuclear drills. Reports say that Russia plans to conduct Grom drills. It will involve the Russian strategic nuclear forces. They will conduct large-scale maneuvers. This includes live missile launches. Meanwhile, NATO plans to hold similar nuclear drills of its own. They are happening next week. They are called Steadfast Noon. 14 NATO members will participate in these drills. They will involve fighter jets which are capable of carrying nuclear warheads. There won't be any live bombs, but NATO believes that these drills are a necessity for the military alliance as of now.
Russia's nuclear rhetoric is dangerous, reckless, and they know that if they use nuclear weapon against Ukraine, it will have severe consequences, and they also know that a nuclear war cannot be won and should never be fought.
NATO and Russian drills are a yearly affair. But this year, with the war in Ukraine, these exercises assume fresh significance. They are keeping the spectre of a nuclear standoff alive in this war. WION World is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.